For the outstanding performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, show some love to our performer. Yeah! All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final round of FPT Edu NihongoEng 2023 in Malaysia. All right, good morning, guys. My name is Sean.
And I am Alice, and we are very excited to be here with you guys and the 16 teams, the top-notch teams of the competition.
Yes, that's right, guys. After months of competition, we have come down to our final 16 teams in this final battleground here at Malaysia, where we will determine our champion. But before we do that, Alice, I think it's a great time we check and see which of these teams and their supporters brought the most energy to Malaysia this morning. So when we call out your team name, just raise your banner and make some noise, and we'll see which team brought the most energy, all right? So first up, we have Team Non-Stop!
And the second team from Kausai F School, Dynamic Duo!
All right, ladies and gents, make some noise for Team Daybreakers!
And next, Peppa Piggies!
All right, show your love to the Laurel Reed!
Next, the girls from CIFE!
Come on, guys. It's time for Team Overcome Fear!
Next, welcome Lotus!
They made it early this morning. Welcome Team Night Owls!
And next, welcome OBS!
They found their way here today morning. The team, the Wanderers!
And next, the guys from Legends!
Alright guys, welcome the Cosmic Immigrant!
From Da Nang, welcome the Dynamic Duo!
They seem rather grounded today, but let them fly later. Welcome, Team Enchanted Wings.
Last but not least, welcome the Cures.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise one more time for all 16 teams. All right, wonderful. Hello, guys, joining us online as well. Now, ladies and gents, as you may have known, FPT Edu NihongoEng 2023 is held by FPT Education School Affairs Department, and it is a language contest focusing on Japanese and English. And this competition is exclusively held for students within the organization. Following the previous 3 seasons successfully conducted, FPT Education NihongoEng 2023 has officially returned with the theme this year, Beyond the Boundary. The contest is open to create a playground to share valuable knowledge, skills, and experiences for the FPT education students in general and students who are passionate about foreign languages in particular.
This year, the age range of the contestant has been extended from elementary, secondary to high school, college, and university students. And the special of this year that the finale will take place in Malaysia and Japan, depending on their chosen languages. And at the first stage of the competition, FPT Edu NihongoEng 2023 has recorded over 14,000 contestants, and after the challenging semi-final held nationwide across the country of Vietnam, and here we are with 16 top-notch teams with a performance very outstanding, and we are very excited to see what they perform. And once again, with the support of the sponsors, namely FPT Software Japan, Ricky Soft at Japan, and VTI Corp. Once again, FPT Edu NihongoEng 2023 is a place to nurture the passion for the language for the students. And once again, with the heart from our host, we wish you best of luck for your performance.
Now, ladies and gents, on behalf of the FPT Education School Affairs Department and the organizing committee, we are glad to respectfully welcome our guests of honor, teachers, parents, and especially all contestants attending this final round of the FPT Edu NihongoEng 2023 in Malaysia. So, ladies and gents, put your hands together as we introduce our guests of honor today.
From FPT Education, please welcome Ms. Phạm Tuyết Hạnh Hà, Head of FPT Education School Affairs Department.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause, show your love. And from the panel of judges, please welcome Associate Professional Technologist Julian Lee Eng Kim, Head of School of Computing and Creative Media, and representative of UOW Malaysia.
And please welcome Ms. Wendy Quinwan, Head of English Language Department from FPT University Hanoi.
And last but not least, please welcome Ms. Debrish Darlene Helsebeck, English Lecturer at FPT University Hanoi. Thank you all for your presence here today.
Right now, I would like to invite Ms. Phạm Tuyết Hạnh Hà, Head of FPT Education School Affairs Department, to come on the stage and give us the opening speech for the contest today. Please welcome.
Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to Malaysia. Mr. Julian Lee and Kim from Associate Professional Technologist UOW Malaysia. In this, we are thinking while Ms. Darlene corrects our respect and Ms. from Piano Trust. Young users, contestants, and parents from FPT Edu NihongoEng 2023. Your own audience from FPT University and UOW Malaysia. On behalf of organizing committee of FPT Edu NihongoEng 2023, I would like to thank you for your attendance to our contest today. I would like to send gratitude to UOW Malaysia for supporting us so much. Thank you for coming today. Yes. I am so happy to see you all here in beautiful Malaysia. It is the first time FPT Education has organized the competition abroad. With the topic Beyond the Boundary, FPT students really step out the boundary of the country to have broken the limits to discover their potential. I think the parents, the teacher, and friends so proud and happy to see you here, just like me. Once again, congratulations on the achievement. The winner of FPT Edu goes for Wizard in Malaysia. I hope you will have any experience from new friends, a new relationship, especially. I hope that you will be more confident in yourself. I believe that you can do anything if you are brave enough to break the limits. Finally, I would like to send my luckiness to 23 team of FPT Edu NihongoEng 2023. Enjoy our content. Enjoy Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you for a wonderful speech. Please remain on stage, as on behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to invite the panel of judges to come to the stage to receive a bouquet of flowers as a token of appreciation from the FPT Education School Affairs Department towards UOW Malaysia as our companions and to the panel of judges. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for the judges!
If you just said if it will allowed,
and to all contestants, let it be a reminder, let the flowers be a symbol that you too can bloom on the stage later during your presentation. Thank you once again to the judges, and you may return to your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are we ready to get the competition started? Okay, but first we need to read the rules lesson. Right now, we would like to go through the rules of the final round of FPT Edu NihongoEng 2023. The first round is called the Youthact presentation. Contestants are allowed to generate their own presentation topic regarding the introduction of Vietnam to foreign judges and audiences. It is encouraged by the specialist committee that the chosen topic presents the macro matters, developing trends, or traditional value of Vietnamese economy and or culture. Your presentation duration will be for 7 minutes, followed by Q&A duration of 3 minutes. Now, if you exceed the time for the presentation, you will hear the bell ring, and thereafter you'll be interrupted and forced to end your presentation.
That's it for the first round, and for the second round is called responsive simulation. Contestants are given a role-play scenario and have to create a conversation on the spot regarding the role-play storyline. Each board, A, B, C, or D, will have a separate set of role-play scenarios represented by a set of check numbers from which the contestant randomly choose. Making a change to the given storyline is allowed, and you have 5 minutes for your preparation, and the role-play duration will last from 3 to 5 minutes. And if you exceed the time, you will hear the bell ring, and we will be interacting.
As we have 16 teams across 4 boards ranging from elementary, secondary, high school to college and university, the organizing committee has decided to divide the boards into 2 shifts. First, we have the morning shift, which is happening now. The contestants are from Board C, Secondary School, and Board D, Elementary School. I repeat, Board C, Secondary School, and Board D, Elementary School. In the afternoon session, the second shift will be participated by Board A, University students, and Board B, High School and College students.
Now, without further ado, let's start the first shift of the first round of the competition today. And the first team, the Breakers, are you ready? Okay, and then we will give you the stage. Here is yours.
Alright, thank you for your understanding. The first team here to present today will be Team Non-Stop from FPT School. Bangni, give them a round of applause. Now, their title is Sings of Charming Beauty. Ingbat and Charming Beauty, Team Non-Stop.
Each person has their own beloved homeland, Whenever they go, whatever they do, they will never forget about. Located in the northern of Vietnam, around 40 kilometers far from Hanoi, Bang Ninh Province or Kinh Bang region is the most beautiful and peaceful region in Vietnam, with 1,000 years of history.
And today, being here in a very nice country, Malaysia, and in front of experienced judges, outstanding teachers and friends, especially beloved Malaysian, we are My Phương
And Nam Khang
from Non-Stop Team Class 6A1 in FPT School Bang Ninh.
Hi, My Phương. Today, I see that you look so beautiful in this costume. Can you tell me and the audience what is that?
Oh, yes, okay. You look so glamorous in this costume too. Definitely, all Vietnamese know about costume we are wearing. That is, Quan Họ costume. An art of itself, and the song we play in this beginning is also Quan Họ folk song. So, Nam Khang, what is Quan Họ?
Quan Họ is an antiphonal tradition singing in which man and woman take turns singing challenged by response, vision drawing by a known repertoire of melodies. Quan Họ is performed as alternating verses between two women from one village singing in harmony and two men from other village singing the same melodies but with different lyrics. Quan Họ are common at rituals, festivals, competitions, and more.
That is so interesting, Nam Khang. So, the singers wear Quan Họ outfit when they perform the Quan Họ song, don't they?
Of course, there are two types of Quan Họ costume, for male and for female. Now, look at my friend My Phương. She's wearing a multi-layered dress. We call it Áo Tứ Thân. And she's wearing an iconic flat hat. We call it Non Quai Thao.
And now, look at my friend Nam Khang. He is wearing a multi-layered dress too. We call it Áo Tứ Thân. The dress is the same, but the name isn't. He wears a black turban. We call it Khắc Sách. And he brings a black umbrella. People in my hometown is very proud when they sing a Quan Họ folk song. Through the time, Quan Họ becomes symbol of Vietnam region.
Quan Họ is used to express the spirit, philosophy, local identity of Kinh Bang region, and the valuable tradition of Vietnam. In 2009, Quan Họ was so proud to be certified by UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage.
Oh, Nam Khang, after our introduction, I completely believe that everyone knows more about Bang Ninh and Quan Họ folk song. However, just now I am a bit hungry.
Oh, hungry? Don't worry, because I have a gift for you. Wait a moment.
Okay. Oh, thank you. You are so kind. That cake is so attractive, but Nam Khang, what is that cake?
It is a very special cake that made our Kinh Bang region. We call it Bánh Phu Thê cake. Phu Thê is the Vietnamese name of the cake. It was originated in Từ Sơn district, Bang Ninh province. In English, Phu means husband and Thê means wife.
Phu Thê cake has yellow color. It's made by grinding glutinous rice. Inside, there are green beans with sugar, lettuce seed, and coconut meat. And Phu Thê cake is wrapped in square-shaped leaves and boiled in hot water. And finally, the delicious cake are ready to serve.
People in my region said Phu Thê cake was made 100 years ago by a just married couple who made the cake to the king. The king appreciated the taste of the cake. Seeing the cake was packed in dough, the king named the cake as Phu Thê, means husband and wife, to honor the couple who had made the cake.
The stickiness of the cake is the stickiness of a marriage ties. That's why these cakes are important, a part of wedding pancake or a gift package from the groom's family sent over to the bride.
Now, we have some Phu Thê cake here to give to you. Let's bring the Phu Thê cake to you and your beloved friend. And I hope the Phu Thê cake will bring you a good taste and happiness to all of you and your family. Last but not least, not only Phu Thê cake, Kinh Bang region, Phu Thê cake and Quan Họ folk song, Kinh Bang region also has more specialties. If you have a chance, we would like to warmly invite you to visit our country one day, to visit Kingmark, our homeland, not by your instruction today, but by your true eyes and your true taste.
I am Mai Phương.
I am Nam Khang. Thanks for listening and welcome to Vietnam. Welcome to Bảng Tiếng.
Everything goes so. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are proceeding to the question and answer section. So we will invite any member of the audience who has a question to raise up your hand, and we will provide you a mic so that you may ask any questions regarding the presentation.
Is there any food beside the one that you show in Vietnam?
Well, thanks for your question. Besides the Youthact cake and Quan Ho folk song, Vietnam also have more specialties. Just like in Bang Ninh, we have some famous festivals such as Liam festivals, Ba Cho Kho festivals, and more.
And in Vietnam, there are some friendly people and a lot of delicious food such as phở, bún, or a lot.
That's all, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the answer and thank you for the question. Now we open the floor to the judges. If the judges have any questions.
Team Non-Stop, that was an impressive presentation and I really love the costume. Just a little bit of info. I've been to Bang Ninh before, but I've never seen the traditional clothes and also this. I've never tasted this food. So probably the next time I visit Bang Ninh, this is worth a try. Thank you for the information. Now I want to proceed to my question. Through NihongoEng competition, did you feel more or less in touch with your heritage culture? Yes, now.
Sorry, can you describe in the other word?
Through this competition, did you feel more engaged to your culture through the research that we've done?
Well, thanks for your question. I think I feel very happy after go through this to the final. But firstly, I feel a bit nervous about this. But when I presentation, I feel a bit better. But we Non-Stop team will try our best to get more prizes. No matter how good or bad.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for the question. And one more thing to do with our team.
Well, again, the topic is the combination of the traditional and modern elements in music. Here shows part for Vietnam to charm the world. Once again, welcome the dynamic duo.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are the dynamic duo. My name is Chung and I'm Big Diệp. And as you just saw, that was one of the most latest songs, the most famous songs in Vietnam, written by the Vietnamese artist Hoàng Thùy Linh. The name of that song was Si Tình, and it just hit 46 million views on YouTube and has been covered by many other foreigners. It has traditional and modern elements in the music, so that's the reason why it is popular globally. We find out that it seems like a developing trend in Vietnam, so that's why topic is the combination of traditional and modern elements in music sparks the possible path for Vietnam to charm the world. Here's our presentation. We hope you enjoy it. Okay, first, I think that we can all agree that you can't live without music. In my opinion, music is very important. You listen to music when you're cooking, when you're driving, you're doing homework, or even when you're sad or happy. This means that music raises your mood, makes you feel excited, and makes you feel relaxed. But not only does music plays an entertainment role, it also plays a role on projecting the image of a country. First, music spreads the culture of a country. Through the melody, the lyrics, and the instruments, we can understand more about the value, about the culture of that country. For example, Vietnam's content music is mostly about love, about culture, about history, traditions, or feelings. Second is that it contributes to the development of the economy. Now, I think all of you here know who BTS is, right? BTS is a famous Korean band, originating from South Korea. And in some studies, it says that between 2014 to 2023, BTS has contributed $29.1 trillion to the South Korean economy. What a huge number, I have to say. Leading us to the second point, but first of all, we would like to define what is traditional and modern elements. Traditional elements can understand as stories, as characters, customs, instruments, or folk music. Modern elements is such as about beats, about rhythm, about melody, rap, or dance. And the second point is why do traditional and modern elements be combined in music? Now, the first reason why is so millennials and Gen Z can both enjoy music. Millennials can basically understand as people in their 30s or 40s, basically like the judges over here. And Gen Z are people in their 20s or under, like us and the contestants right here. Now, every single one of us is born in a certain time. So that means we have a certain taste in music. Like, millennials, they like traditional music, and Gen Z, like us and the other contestants, we like modern music. Now, it's really hard for both of us to enjoy kind of music or like a song. So we need to combine traditional and modern elements to music so we can both enjoy the music without any controversy. Second is it can potentially create a new music genre. At present, the two most popular genre musics are the traditional and modern one. Traditional often has a cultural and the tradition's significance with a clearly content. But on the other hand, modern music may be more accessible, but sometimes lack of content. So I believe that by combining these two elements, we can create a new and a perfect music genre. Now, you might be wondering, but how do you combine these two elements together? Well, we have a few starting steps for musicians to do it. The first is combine melodies and instruments. Let me give you an example about the rapper and the singer called Sơn Tùng ATP. He combines the EDM, the modern EDM, the rap, and the dance with a traditional instrument called đàn tranh or a bamboo flute sound. And this helped him to attract the wider listener and audience and help him to become a Vietnamese music king. Now, the second thing to do is combining stories and messages. There's a really specific example that I need to tell you. Quan Họ music's content is basically about the condition you're in, so that's like forced marriage. Now, the Quan Họ music wants to tell you, the emotion, the thoughts in the bottom of your heart. Well, besides some of the examples that we have already given, we have already prepared one of the piece for here. Let's enjoy it. Well, you see, in the piece of music, that songs combine the traditional instruments, about the custom and the characters, but they also have the modern, about the rap and the dance inside. Now, in conclusion, we as students believe that the combination between traditional and modern music is a powerful tool that can promote cultural exchange and understanding between countries. That's it for our presentation. We hope you enjoyed it. and I taught Q&A session, and I was looking up to some of the artists. And please raise your hand on the preparation. Well, where I can see art, and over there, I can on the way to nudge you.
I'm like trying the best strategies is Charlie's absorbing the performance was such a strong state in you. But I sometimes I have some kind of lessons to ask you around and tradition and gender. But if you do these traditions, these are kind of seem to be forbidden to our traditional history or gender tradition. You cannot tell from the off.
Can you repeat once again?
Yes. I just are concerned about forbidden by our traditions, music and style. Yes. And it won't come in parties with also tradition with modern traditions from music to perspective. These are kind of very said to be important to the features. Forbidden on this.
You mean like for
Yeah, we lost the memory of the traditions.
Thanks for your questions. Well, if we combine the traditional elements with the modern one in music, I believe that we can send the traditional element one into the to the Gen Z, and by Gen Z they can send again and again to the other genre. So if we combine that two elements, so like the traditional the value of the traditional won't be disappear. By contrast, they will more popular and popular because the Gen Z will let me see, send the value of the traditional to the other genre, and the other genre will send the value of that traditional to the other genre, and it will repeat again and again.
Yeah, I think probably
Time for the question from the judges.
I think we have 20 seconds left. We have all the questions. We can take one question from the judges.
And thank you very much. Let me proceed to the question. You mentioned two artists, right? Sort MTP and Wang.
Yes.
Do you have any other artists, especially popular to your generation?
Okay. Besides some of that musicians and songs, let me give you another musician. Do you know the song called Peak Mode of Wang Minzi? The song is like have a traditional story in the context, and it also become very popular. And it also become very popular in the social like TikTok or YouTube or Facebook. Not only Wang Minzi has traditional and modern music combined. There's another musician. You know what? It's not a musician, a rapper. You know Sugoi, right? You know Sugoi? She is the queen of rapping in Vietnam, and in her rap uses traditional instruments and traditional messages. You know, in her music, while also like having like a fast rhythm, like a fast and I want to beat. You know.
Overall, my main question is, do you think that those Vietnamese artists in your generation represent Vietnamese culture through their music and work positive worldwide?
Sorry.
Thank you and congratulations.
And we also love supporting minded peer. And we're on the next team.
Alright, ladies and gents, the third team from Ward C is Team Daybreakers. Team Daybreakers, please make your way on the stage to get ready for your presentation. So, Team Daybreakers, with their presentation topic, please tell me Team Daybreakers, of course, represents the FPT School.com. They are doing a quiz check and review of their slides and ensure the presentation will calculate it.
Okay, beautiful. According to the Vietnamese dictionary, the word ăn or to eat has 13 different meanings. This is a very mind-blowing fact that just how can eating can relax on so much ideals, morals, and personality in Vietnamese history.
Oh, interesting. We seem to be quite obsessed with eating.
And I'm Ken.
I'm Stella.
And we are the Daybreakers. And speaking of eating, although I love food, I'm more the type of person to prefer, enjoy, and travel all around Vietnam to enjoy its beautiful scenery.
Oh, seems like food tourism might be perfect for people like you. You must have heard of it, right? So, food tourism is also known as culinary or gastronomy tourism that is defined by the World Tourism Organization. It's a type of tourism activities which is characterized by the visitor's experience linked with food or food-related product and other activities during traveling. This type of tourism involves exploring the local food, learning the history and the cultures behind the local cuisines and local cuisines. And also...
And now that you mention it, I really didn't give much of a thought, but I've recently came over an article which explains that food tours have become more relevant in Vietnam for three main reasons. First of all, being the growing interest of local culture and tradition, the blooming and the birth of social media and food blogging in general, and finally, the increase of food-related tours and tour agencies. And there are a few things. Food tourism can benefit a lot to the government for their microeconomic goals, such as to maintain the unemployment rate low and to sound economical growth. And moreover, this is a great way for us to say that Vietnam should not be only associated with war and brutality. It is a beautiful place that should be known for its cultural and rich heritage instead. Stella, where do you think has the best place to grow for food?
Well, since Vietnam has 54 ethnic groups with their distinctive identities and cultures, opportunities for food tourism are everywhere. But personally, beside big cities with signature dishes like pho, noodle soup, or stretchy spring rolls, there are numerous places that spark my interest as well, as Sapa with their rainbow sticky rice, Pleiku with their fresh rolls served with 30 different kinds of leaves and herbs. And Hoi An with their Bánh mì phượng, their Galo was a fusion of Japanese, Chinese, and Vietnamese.
Hold on. Speaking of Hoi An really sparks my taste buds as I am from it itself. Did you know that the best Galo in Vietnam is made from the water that was grilled from an ancient well by the Cham people with also along the ashes of trees from the Cham Island?
Maybe that's why the gala I had last week tasted so good. Maybe Hoi An is also one of the best places to start promoting tourism, food tourism. But since it's a small and Asian town, if it gets overcrowded, there will be issues too.
Yeah, I agree. Hoi An is a great place to start, but we need to go beyond Hoi An if we want to grow food tourism, to go into lesser known areas.
The government has a huge role in promoting food tourism, but as I believe every sensible citizen can act as a tourism ambassador for their country, don't you think?
Yeah, that's amazing, but there is a few things that I want to say. First of all, in order to promote food tours, we need government to invest more in economical and growth, such as communication. You need to invest more in professional marketing campaigns in order to broadcast our message and our unique cultures and traditions throughout the world, and to also highlight the convenient and affordable transportation options as well. Like, we can improve the existing roads, or we can build new ones. We can allocate people to use public transport, or even build near airports and train stations. And finally, the government needs to put money to train their citizens to run their business and to keep hygiene and safety in check.
Excuse me.
Stella, if that's the case, then what should we do?
mountain caves, nice terrace fields, stunning waterfalls, roof swamps and sea, historic relics by 54 ethnic souls. One day, come touch our soul, come see earth the five senses. One day, it's come to see the beautiful Vietnam. Let me tell you more about Hoi An, a living heritage of outstanding fusion of indigenous and foreign cultures in 1107. Timber frame, young clay tall buildings with local cuisine such as gao, cooked with waters from Hoi An's ancient job as well. One day, touch our soil. Please come, feel around with all five senses. One day, please come to see the beautiful Hoi An.
This perfectly wraps up the message of our presentation. And if you'd like to ask more, then feel free to ask any of us. This is the Daywreckers, and Daywreckers out.
Thank you, Daywreckers, for the wonderful presentation as well as that musical number. Ladies and gents, any questions? It is time for you to ask now in the question and answer section. We will open the floor to the audience members first. The audience members, you are invited. All right, we have a question over there, right? Lady, I think somewhere in the middle.
Hello. All right. So I would like to ask you, which food in Vietnam do you think you recommend to foreigners or tourists when they first time exploring the wonders of Vietnam? Just give us a moment.
Okay, so we've already established that Vietnam has a lot of amazing cuisines. Well, the first thing I would recommend as a Vietnamese to foreigners is to try our signature. They are popular for a reason, just like how vanilla ice cream is. Like, maybe try out our phở bò before you decide to move on with other food. And Stella, would you like to add more?
Yes. You should also try out like mee pho and Hoi An since they are very famous. They're easy to eat. They have various and diverse stuffings. It's also similar, and you can also try out fresh rolls. Because they also have diverse, stuffings such as shrimps and other things. And they're also one of my favorite.
All right, thank you for answering.
Now we open the floor to the judges. If the judges have any questions.
Welcome to Malaysia first. I've been to Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh as well. So besides Hoi An, the food at Hoi An, what other food that represents Vietnam would you present to someone like me?
Because we would recommend something that is the most popular in our country, then it would be pho, like originate from the north, and maybe bún bò from right, and also mee gua is like a type of noodle in Quảng Nam.
And not only that, there are a few signature dishes that we eat as nations otherwise, just such as bánh cuốn, which is basically a type of roast that you eat in the morning with different stuffings like sausages, minced meat, etc. It's a very beautiful dishes, honestly, and I feel like a lot of dishes, they don't really represent Vietnam, but they combine together to create a beautiful image that is Vietnam.
Thank you, judges, for your questions, and thank you once again to Team Daywreckers.
Thank you. And now we go to the next team from FPT School Goes to Hanoi. Please welcome Pepper, please. The little girls have a topic is keeping Vietnamese traditional form of painting alive, the whole painting representation. And you have time to review your slides.
From natural beauty to cultural values, Vietnam is famous for a long-standing history and tradition. Vietnam is more than a country, it's an experience.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Châu Giang.
And I'm Lan Ha.
And today we're very honored to be here on this stage and have the opportunity to take you on a journey through one of Vietnam's many traditional arts, Dong Ho paintings.
Whatever it is, our way of life, what we eat, what we wear, they are all considered as a culture of a country. And traditional art is not an exception. Nowadays, young people usually want to follow the latest trends, and sometimes they forget the traditions behind it. And however, our culture should never lost, and so that's why we have to preserve them, because they're treasures that all of us want to pass on the next generation, right?
Yes, of course, you're right, Ha. And today we're focusing on one of the traditional values, and it's the traditional arts. And some of those include Dân Cao Quan Họ Bắc Ninh, like our previous team, Tuồng Hát Sẩm, water puppetry, lavaware. But the one we want to introduce to all of you is one of the Vietnamese folk paintings, Dong Ho paintings. Why? Well, our art teacher introduced us to woodcutting paintings a few months ago. And from then on, Lan Ha and I were intrigued and mesmerized with the beauty of those paintings. So we wanted to learn more about them. So Ha, can you remind me a little bit about Dong Ho's painting history?
So Dong Ho painting, also known as a kind of folk woodcut painting, is an outline of a Vietnamese folk painting created in Dong Ho village. And this series of paintings date back from the 16th century and is still handed down to this day. Besides the artists that preserving the traditional art, there are also artists like Sun Lam who have redrawn this famous series of paintings. So he can inspire youth to be willing to keep this series of paintings alive.
And since we're already so interested in this type of folk art, we decided to visit and travel all the way from Hanoi to Bắc Ninh to learn more about the Dong Ho village, to learn more about the paintings in the Dong Ho village, its original birthplace. And we've interviewed artists and watched them working. And then we got to print some paintings too, which is really exciting. And Ha has a painting here that she has printed a black border on it, like, thanks. And this is originally actually being moved from the Hang Song painting, but this is adapted into the Dong Ho's drawing style. And here, aside from that, I also have another painting, and it's actually one of the most iconic ones of the Dong Ho painting series. It's actually the Grass Wedding, and it's an artwork that depicts everyday life for people living under the Vietnamese monarchy in the 16th century. It uses 4 main organic colors. And in the painting, you can realize, or you can sense the deep meanings that the artist is trying to send to you, the audience, like the humanitarian ambitions, social ideologies, and also their aesthetic values.
Yes, and after the trip, we were curious about whether our classmates were as interested in Dong Ho painting as we are. So that's why we ran a survey in our school and made a Google form with 2 questions, as you can see here. So for about half of the students choose that they like painting than other art form, and most of them say that they like Dong Ho painting. And actually, this result was a little bit surprise for us, because we thought that they'd rather music or festival than paintings. And based on this result, we are motivated to make the younger generation feel even more inspired by this topic.
That's why Ha and I wanted to find a solution to increase the teenagers' curiosity into the Vietnamese traditional art. And of course, promoting Dong Ho paintings via social media is like the obvious choice. But we think that it's not an effective one. So instead, we thought of a few ways which would work better. For example, schools could organize workshops and clubs for its students, so they could be more interested by joining and socializing in social events. And second of all, could also organize skill trips to art galleries and museums, and last but not least, surprisingly, coffee shops. Well, why? Well, I'm sure that most of you would consider coffee shops your favorite place to hang out. And that's why we want to hang those painting there. Because when we hang those painting there, it will create like a mini art gallery. And when customers enter there, they will be intrigued and mesmerized by the beauty of those paintings. So they would become more interested in preserving and just probably maybe create a painting of their own.
Yes, and I also know a clothing brand called Tire City, and it is famous for promoting Vietnamese culture. And the work of redrawn the whole paintings of Sanam, as we mentioned before, had been put on its products. So we put on this product by this company. And I think this is also a good way to spread the national culture to everyone because, you know, like young people today, they are into like fashion trends and kind of like that.
Yes, I know. Everybody cares about good looks, of course.
Yes.
And so we believe that art makes us empathetic, calmer, and more tolerant. And it's extremely important, especially in today's time. And also, arts and culture are an indication of our heritage, and they are proof of an ancient past. If our society loses its arts and culture, it loses its legacy and its history. And once it's lost, it cannot be revived. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you. I think that these books are funny. And now we have a business your artist. So you can question. Making the okay, these ahead in the bottom of the hole, then make it on the way to you. Something like that. Everything's flipping over. I woke up here.
Hi. So I have a question to you. Somebody said that in today's modern life, the need to use paintings is no longer popular, especially folk paintings like donghua. This means that the consumption of donghua paintings will be lesser than the origin. So, do you think it will disappear? Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
I didn't quite catch that, sorry. But like, can you repeat it again? Sorry, it's just our hearing is really bad.
Do you think that if there's nobody use paintings like donghua anymore, do you think it will disappear?
I think there's still like young people who are inspired by this series of painting because I think it have a historic story behind it, and I think we should like that's why we prepared this.
Yes, it's because the number of young people who are interested is very small. Like if you go ask probably 1 out of 5 people will say that they've actually done some social events or tried like doing donghua paintings. So that's why you want to promote them more, even though it's an old topic. But young people, they know a little bit about it and they don't know anything else.
I think they sometimes they just because of the like family tradition, and I think we should spread it more to people so they can make it alive and keep it until the next generation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It is time for the children. We'd like to hear.
Good job. Peppa Piggies. I would love to comment on the presentation first. I like that you are showing potential as young researchers and young startup entrepreneurs, The idea of the coffee shop, because I'm a coffee lover myself, so that was really, impactful for me. Now, my question is, if you could design a personalized tour for our beloved Malaysian audience here, led by Professor Julian, what would you include and why?
Design anything?
Yes, a day tour, for example. So where would you bring them? What would you let them experience and why?
Organizing a trip.
I think we should organize an event in some museum so we can
Yes, or maybe we can just organize a workshop here at the university, like a social event.
And well, we know that it would be a little bit trouble to import all the materials, but we think that if there's enough manpower, we can do actually like a really good social event here that people can actually try out printing stuff, painting on their t-shirts, paintings, whatever. Yeah, so they can understand how cultures and like not using global curriculums.
All right, thank you. I hope professors intrigued and interested. The book is ticket soon. Thank you, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Peppa Piggies, and we hope to have that workshop in Malaysia really soon. Now, ladies and gents, we are moving on to board D with the first team, Team Laurel Wreath. Please make your way to the stage to prepare for your presentation. Team Laurel Wreath represents the FPT school in Da Nang, and their topic today is whether Vietnamese water puppetry has lost its features over the past few centuries. I repeat, whether Vietnamese water puppetry has lost its features over the past few centuries. Team Laurel Wreath. Now, ladies and gents, and to Team Laurel Wreath, you are allowed to check your presentation slides to ensure that they operate smoothly later.
One day, while I was talking to my foreign friends about things that happen at school, a friend of mine suddenly asked me a question that made me stunned for a few seconds. I had to ask myself the answer. It is a type of question that's still very argumentative in the Vietnamese community. Casey asks, why the puppetry is a famous culture in Vietnam? But I wonder, has it lost feature with the past few centuries? My friend asked me. Hello everyone, I'm Clara, I'm Casey, and we're Team Laurel. We couldn't be here without your support and trust in us. Today, to satisfy you for our presentation, we will share with you our topics. Whether water puppetry has lost its features over the past few centuries. If not, then how will we prove it? Puppetry is a kind of art that attracts people worldwide. But Vietnamese people have combined this art with a special element of nature, water, to make it into the remote on the coast of Vietnam. Vietnamese people have named this kind of art water puppetry. Water puppetry has started in the 11th century. It was created in the village of the Red River Delta in North Vietnam. Creatively, they just found a way to entertain themselves. Water puppet performances were used to celebrate the end of the Red River Delta in North Vietnam. The Red River Delta are religious festivals. Under the reign of Lee Dynasty in the 12th centuries, the best water puppeters were chosen to entertain the king and guests, marking a new height with its art social status. An art that's created by humans, combined with an element in nature, has shown the close relationship between Vietnamese people and nature. Nowadays, many Vietnamese cultures and traditions have lost their features because people are modernizing them, but not realizing they're damaging the culture that makes Vietnam different and outstanding from other countries. And they don't understand that Vietnam can become a copy of another nation if they keep changing its traditions. But in my opinion, water puppetry is one of the cultures that can still keep its features after many centuries have passed, even though some changes happened, but it didn't affect the special characteristic. For example, when water puppetry first started, it was performed on the flood harvested rice field. But now, water puppetry performance are staged with pools of water. The pools are decorated with pink that resemble the inside Vietnamese villa houses. Nowadays, water puppetry happens on stage with the help of technology to make the show go more smoothly, making the quality and facility of theater reach other global puppetry theater. But the particular feature hasn't been lost. The austerity of water puppetry in the 11th century is still kept from generation to generations, and the shows still perform Vietnamese folktales. Here's another example. In Vietnam's water puppetry, war songs are very important. Every part is a critical part of the normal of a show. You can easily see that the music is the most necessary thing that changes the meaning of the shows. The musicians play traditional instruments and play children's music like Kailan. In the past, when one poetry was created, the people also used traditional instruments with songs. This shows that water poetry has lost special features. In fact, it's one of the traditions of Vietnam that has developed its own characteristic over the past 2 centuries. While poetry formed for Vietnamese farming tradition to help educate people about the love of nature in homeland. Water poetry water poetry is a traditional art that hasn't lost its unique features. It also resembles a meaningful message, integration without assimilation. In a community, the citizens should respect the culture of the nation, and as a duty of an inhabitant, you should impact the culture to foreigners and new generations, like what we are doing. And you can use the advantages of technology to help the foreigners understand the traditions more easily, not gradually modernize the culture, making it turn out to be a copy with nothing unique. We need to try to keep traditions original, or else a country will be just like a nation, with no history and no culture of its own. A culture can be inspired by another global art, like water puppetry being inspired by the world's noble puppetry. But it's not the same. It has its own specialties. Similar to human, we can be inspired by another person, but not copy them. You should be yourself, because copying someone else won't bring any benefits to you. You'll be just like a mannequin for people with clothes on you, not a human of their own free will and their own features. In conclusion, when kids like us grown up, we should not change the characteristic of a culture. You should respect your country's traditions and so yourself. That brings us to the end of our presentations. We're Jim Lawrence. Thank you for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Team Laurel Reed. Now we open the floor to any questions.
Thank you for your presentation. I have a question. How can water poetry could become popular while one of the most famous city like Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City just have one teachers have this kind of entertainment?
Pardon me, I didn't quite catch that. Please repeat.
For shortly, like in Ho Chi Minh City, they just have one teachers have this kind of entertainment, and how it keeping in is it?
Thank you for your interesting questions. In Saigon, there's only one teacher, but every single performance of teacher is very fascinating, and it has a lot of meaning because every single performance represent Vietnamese folk tales like Hoàng Kim Lake, the Hoàng Kim Lake story, or maybe Thanh Dong, like that. And it makes people remember the history of Vietnam and how can we become independent like today.
Thank you for your question and thank you for your answer, Miss Laurel Reed. Now, do we have any questions from the judges? Perhaps we can take a question from the judges.
Hello.
Hello.
How would you bring the water puppetry to Malaysia for me to enjoy?
Mainly because the material of the puppet is really easy. It just needs a thick wood and a special hands that can stay in water, and we can create many types of puppets. And we can even make a show here for you to enjoy if we have enough material. It just needs water, some string, and a little, and the puppet model. And yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Team Laurel Reed. We look forward to see your author puppetry show here in UNW Malaysia. Give them another round of applause.
And now, please give it up for CAFE from MPT School Kosai Hanoi. And the topic is the traditional values and patriotism through Vietnamese folk music.
Hello everyone, we are Team CAFE, also pronounced as Tabe. I'm Noaz and I'm Zahan. Do you feel like listening to music right now? Or which one do you like better? The first one, which is folk music, or the second one, which is modern music with some dance? The first one may not sound as appealing to you all today, but to us as Vietnamese people, it is our country's pride, our childhood melodies, and this is also the thing that we want to introduce to you all today. The traditional values and patriotism through Vietnamese folk music. So, let us introduce you all to our main contents. 1. Music trends among Vietnamese students. 2. Traditional values and patriotism. 3. Vietnamese folk music preservation. So, what do Vietnamese students like us listen to these days? Modern music like K-pop, rap, and R&B are now really popular among Vietnamese students. And these types of music are made popular by TikTok. Trends in this app have very energetic music and that can attract the attention of young students like us. And why is that? As we said, modern music gives you more in-depth vibes, while folk music doesn't give off any of that. And before this presentation, we conducted a survey in our school, FPT School Kosai, and showed that about 70% of the students in our school prefer modern music more than folk music because it's more catchy. But this doesn't mean that this generation in Vietnam don't know a lot about the music that represents our culture. We ourselves have much respect for our type of music. So these are some folk music types, as there is more than one. First, there is Quan Họ folk music. This is one of the more well-known types. Then there is Ca Trù folk music. This is one of the more old types of folk music. And there are definitely way more, but we will just name these two. Why do we respect and love our culture of music so much? Well, we were connected to it ever since we were kids, using lullabies and children's songs. Our mothers and or grandmothers used them to calm us down at night when we cried, when we are sad, and when we can't sleep. When I hear these types of music, I feel a sense of nostalgia and a sense of feeling at home. And at times like these, when I am far away from my family, it makes me remember them. Vietnamese folk music is a unique part of our country's culture, enriched by its accumulation over the ages and its multi-ethnicity. This adds on to the cultural values, as each region in Vietnam has its own singing styles, melodies, and instruments. Some are recognized by UNESCO as intangible cultural heritages, such as Ca Trù, Huế Royal Court Music, and Quan Họ Bắc Ninh. Here's an example. Huế Royal Court Music is one of the world's most intangible cultural heritage, described as elegant, that people perform when there are occasions like ceremonies, and that makes our country's identity unique. And folk music actually preserves a thing called the quintessence of the national culture. Students in higher grades sometimes perform Vietnamese songs in other countries, and that means that we will bring our pride of our country everywhere we go. And patriotism is also shown in the lyrics of these songs. Gió rộng bốn phương, lá cờ, and many others show how the musicians love Vietnam. It is made with their love, so while the songs may not sound as catchy, it is still very meaningful when you listen to the lyrics. As young students, some adults may assume that when we are scrolling on TikTok, we won't care to preserve our traditional music. That's not always the case. Yes, we may be easily swayed by the popular modern music, but the idea of keeping our traditional music alive is always in our subconscious mind. In FPT school, students are learning traditional music and instruments. And students get to learn how to use and play those instruments and keep the Vietnamese tradition going. At school, there are music clubs and classes. In FPT schools and universities, students get to choose an instrument they like to play. Examples are the zither, flute, and monochord. In FPT University, students can learn a subject called traditional music, and lessons on this subject help students understand more about one of the art forms of Vietnamese culture. This is also a very great opportunity for young people to learn about the rich culture and ethnic characteristics of folk music. In 2022, for the first time, FPT Education started a traditional instrument competition called Tích Tích Tình Tang 2022. In this competition is accompanied by professional artists and experts in the field of traditional music. Students can find love for music, and they can also raise awareness about keeping the traditional values of folk music alive. We are very proud of being FPT students. We feel like we are preserving our tradition. We also feel more connected and familiar with the music. We also hope that younger and future generations will still see the cultural and traditional values of Vietnamese traditional music. Foreigners may know Vietnam as a country with pho and ao dai, but with this presentation today, we introduce another very distinguished thing of our culture, folk music. And that is the love and tunes that flow in every Vietnamese citizen's mind. Now, that brings us to the end of our presentation. We really hope that we helped you realize the great beauty of Vietnamese folk music. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Cafe, for your performance, and think that we love FPT more and more and be proud to the FPT staff. And now we open the floor for the audiences to raise a question. And please feel free to ask. Okay, I see the guy with the mask. The mic is on the way.
Thank you for such an interesting presentation. Now, speaking of the traditional instruments, what are your favorite Vietnamese traditional instrument and why?
Well, my favorite traditional instrument is the zither because it can actually be combined with modern music, and it can create a sort of energetic vibe, and it can even energetic and what's the word? Majestic, yeah. And also when it plays by itself, it is also really beautiful to hear.
Thank you for your answers.
Thank you for your question, and also thank you for your answer. And now we go to the judges, and please to give us a question. Okay, the back is on the way to Miss Dali.
All right. So you were talking about traditional music, right? And you want to show to all Malay students and teachers about your patriotism. So can you sing just a piece of music, right? Any traditional music, right, on the stage to show your love to our country. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I can.
Just a piece of traditional music.
Okay, I don't know a lot, but no, but I can sing a part of one of the songs called yeah, I can also sing a part of the first part of the Bells That May Joy song. Bells that may joy,
Thank you. Your song is reminding and advice from my mother when I was a kid. And once again, thank you, Cafe, for your performance.
Now, we would like to invite the next team up on stage to get prepared. They are Team Overcome Fear. Team Overcome Fear from FPT School Cao Zai in Hanoi. The other topic today is experience stunning landscapes and cultural values through different regions of Vietnam.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are Overcome Fear. I'm Nhật Lam and I'm Ngọc Hà. Today we are going to be your Vietnamese tour guide and we will help you experience stunning landscape and cultural values through different regions of Vietnam. Now let's join our journey. So, where is our first destination, Lam? Can you guess? This is a place that is in northernmost part of Vietnam. Apparently, Hà Giang province. Absolutely. So now let's go. Hà Giang is a border province located in the northwest of Vietnam. Hà Giang is the best experience as a road trip by motorbike, soaking up the majesty mountain and the remote town and minority villages. If you visit Hà Giang, you will see plenty of fantastic scenes. Now we'd like to take you all to these three places: Happiness Road, NihongoEng River, and Lũng Cú Flagpole. First, Happiness Road. Why is happiness? Because every meter of the world passed by the sweat, blood, and even bones of more than 2,000 people from 8 provinces in 8 years. The road connects mountainous and lowland areas. It helps people to have a better education, healthcare, and better life. Second, NihongoEng River. The river runs along under Happiness Road. It flows down all year through the majestic mountain. This is an important source of water for fields and crops along it. People built an electric dam in this river to get electricity. You can also have many interesting pictures with this river. And last one, Lũng Cú Flag Tower. Belonging to the Vân district, Lũng Cú Flag Tower is built in the peak of Dragon Mountain. The base of this tower is 54 square meters, symbolizing the unity of 54 ethnic groups. So where's our second destination, huh? Let's move to the Central Highlands. There are many places of interest. Let's visit to Nương Lake. It means sea on the mountain. It's a freshwater located in the north of Pleiku City. It is like a beautiful white pearl in the middle of the land of heroes. It used to be a volcanic crater that erupted millions of years ago. Second, Youthact waterfall. The majestic water flows down from above to create impressive white water lines like snow. Youthact means snow in the language of minority people. That sounds interesting. So what can we do there? First, we can watch elephant race. Elephants symbolize the strength of the families and the ethnic minority people. The elephant race is one of the biggest festivals I hear. It reflects the martial spirit of the Mano people, an ethnic group famous for their bravery in elephant training. Second, you must enjoy coffee and tea. The Central Highlands has a hot and humid tropical climate that is very suitable for the growth of coffee plants, especially the Robusta coffee. Besides, the day is hot and the night is cold, which helps the coffee taste more better. As a result, coffee in the Central Highlands occupies most in the area and production of Vietnam's coffee. It makes Vietnam become the second largest producer and exporter of coffee in the world. Then we will watch gong performance. The gong cultural entanglement spread throughout 5 provinces: Kon Tum, Gia Lai, Đắk Lắk, Đắk Nông, and Lâm Đồng. The Central Highlands gong represent power and wealth. According to concept, the people behind each gong, there is a god. The older the gong, the higher the power of that god. That's so lovely. And our last destination is Cà Mau province, which is in the south of Vietnam. Weather in Cà Mau is brilliant for travel. It's sunny, but not very hot. In this region, there are lots of rivers. Therefore, flowing markets are typical. This is a place where many trading ships are packed full of agriculture and people's goods. The food here is fresh and plentiful for people to buy. Is the seafood there is delicious? Of course, it is the richness of flora and fauna in the forest and under the sea in Cà Mau that create delicious dishes with both flavors of the region. The dishes are usually prepared simply, not fancy, meticulous in the decoration, but very attractive with the charming taste and fresh ingredients. Now we'd like to introduce to our visitors some dish that must be enjoyed. You must try the Cà Mau crab. It's really, really good. The silver cake with chicken curry and Cà Mau is very delicious too. Both are some amazing landscape that you should visit when having chance to know what we have been blessed with by nature. That's all about what I want to say. Lastly, thank you for listening.
Thank you, team. Overcome fear. Now we move on to the questions and answers section. We open the floor to any audience members who would like to ask questions on the landscapes and cultural values or anything regarding the topic presented earlier by Team Overcome Fear. Do we have any takers?
Thank you for your presentation. Personally, I've never been to Vietnam before. So my question would be, if I were to have like, let's say a 4-day trip there, where would you take me?
Excuse me, can you repeat again?
If I were to go to Vietnam for a trip, where would you take me?
You must go to Hà Giang first. Many, many places that you can visit.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to the gentlemen, as well as thank you to Team Overcome Fear. Now we move on to the judges' questions.
Thank you. All right, I want to expound on the question there. You want to bring him, our Malaysian friend, brother there, to Hà Giang, but why? What makes it special?
Okay, so I like to invite him to Hà Giang because in Hà Giang there are many, many interesting places to visit. It's the nature here is plentiful and very, very beautiful. The weather in Hà Giang is very beautiful too. We can like the Nhok River I have shows you. We can take many interesting pictures and like if you want to visit Vietnam, you must go to Hà Giang.
Okay, and one last, because on your title of the presentation, it says experience stunning landscapes and cultural values in Vietnam. So can you give me the value that we can experience in Hà Giang?
We can try to make Hà Giang clothes from there. Very famous thing in Cà Mau is their clothes, and in Hà Giang, in Hà Giang is their clothes.
Thank you for the answer and thank you for the question. Thank you once again to Team Overcome Fear. Give them another round of applause. And we are sure to invite you as our tour guides when we visit Vietnam one day.
And last but not least, welcome the last team of the first round, especially today. Learners from FPT School Cầu Giấy, Hanoi. For the topic, expressing Thai and deep cultural identity, I show Vietnam and the role of young generations in preserving Thai cultural heritage. So we just traveled from Hà Giang, very famous island, and now we're also going to one of the famous islands in Vietnam, which is Mai Châu, and what to see. What the sort of bring out to contestants and also the judges today.
Hi, my name is Châu Ai, and my name is Thủy Ngọc. We are the powerful girls of Team Lotus. I'd like to start our speech with a little question. Do you know where this is? No one? Welcome to Mai Châu. You might wonder, why Mai Châu? Well, we have been to many places all over Vietnam, but the experiences we had from visiting Mai Châu were priceless. We got to meet white Thai people. They usually live near rivers, mountains, and in their stilt houses. These homes are built around jaw-dropping terraced rice fields. Other than beauty, Thai people are also popular for their local cuisine. Fish is an example. So fish has all sorts of tasty and delicious flavors, but the one that is most popular among Thai people's traditional feast is actually grilled street fish upside down or tapping bowl. My first bite of this fish was magical. The fish was soft and flavorful, the best combination ever. Other than that, sour bamboo shoots or mantua are also really popular here and unique too. If the King people have Zechua, the Thai people has mantua. These bamboo shoots are soft and crunchy with a bit of that kick of sour flavor and some spicy peppers. To be honest, I'm not a fan of sour bamboo shoots, but the way Thai people cook and spice it up made me change my perspectives. Wow, Thai people sure know how to spice things up. So their traditional costumes are unique, which makes them different from others. Men wear blue or black Indian working. White Thai women wear white blouse with long black skirts without patterns. Their jewelry is mainly silver or gold rings, bracelets, or earrings. When I came there, I tried one of those outfits. I felt confident about my beauty. It was so fun that I felt like I was one of the Thai people. It was comfortable that made me dance in them. Speaking of dance, we cannot forget about Sri Thai dance. There are many forms of Sri Thai dance, and each of them has a meaning by its own way. The Thai people are very proud of their dances. It is a symbol of love, from love of hardworking to love of couples. So in Sri Thai has been the intangible cultural heritage of humanity recognized by UNESCO. They chose it because it is focused on the relationship between people. Other than that, they have the amazing bamboo dance. You see, the bamboo dance is actually really fun, but it requires super careful movements. You must jump when the two bamboos hit each other. In this picture right up here, I was actually doing the bamboo dance with my grandmother. Yeah, I kind of missed the beat a little, but my grandma was so good at it. The island of Borneo, in your country, also has a bamboo dance like us. So, what do we do to preserve the Thai cultural heritage? Well, by learning more about, I think firstly we should raise our awareness, like by learning more about our cultures or by trying new foods. We should promote the spreading and the protection of our cultures and traditions so that we could show everyone, for example, like posting pictures or writing or just like any other creative forms to express the cultures and the identities of our country. So we should also volunteer at a museum and participate at events that focus on the culture and heritage. It will teach us music and preserve it from disappearing. In addition, young people have to get involved in craft and learn how to embroider, how to sew. We will organize more tours if we can go to my show, or not, we can simulate festival so the young generation can join and experience. We'll show how Thai outfit looks like, how Thai food tastes like, how bamboo dancing and Thai dances are like. And most importantly, we'll show the laughter and knowledge, connection to the youth about Vietnamese minorities. So, our cultural heritages inherited from our ancestors are the hallmarks of our people, our country, our history. Without it, the society becomes a soulless one and loses its essence. It is what makes every country unique and special in its own way. We, the young generation, have the responsibility to spread the Thai culture in Vietnam and to preserve it and to promote it. It's not only in Vietnam, but to the whole world. We want to show you how much we love the Thai people and how much we love my show. we here want to show you the burning love we have for Vietnam and hope that you will have it too. Well, we don't have all day, so we really can't tell you everything we know about Mai Châu. So we hope that someday, somehow, we will see you in Mai Châu, experiencing more about our cultures.
Thank you.
Thank you, Waters. And I feel like I am watching the motivational speech presentation. And now we open the floor for the artists to give a question. And feel free to ask us question.
Okay, thanks for your presentation. So I have a question for you. Like when I visited to Lam Dong in Đà Lạt, when you said that there was bamboo dance in my child, right? And in Lam Dong, Đà Lạt, I heard there was a village and it has that bamboo dance too. So do you think that doesn't have any relevance to the Mai Châu?
So there are many Thai people in all over Vietnam, like black Thai, white Thai, or red Thai. But we have been experiencing in Mai Châu, and we met white Thai people. So we want to show you our experience when we are visiting Mai Châu.
Okay, thanks for your answer.
Thank you for your question. And now we'll to the judges. We would like to hear comments or question from you.
Our last performers for this morning. Thank you very much, Lotus team. I really appreciate that you said a burning love, right? I feel that through your speaking and through your presentation because you use your own experience telling us something you like about it or dislike about it. Very strong proof of why we should love our own. Now, speaking of that, let's connect it to the competition. What new things have you learned about your own culture through language learning, specifically English? And what's your reaction to it? Okay, one more time. What new things have you learned about your own culture through language learning or through learning English? What's your reaction to it?
So, like, we learn new things from other languages.
So English, now that you focus on learning English and you research about this topic, what have you learned further about your own culture?
So I thought that Thai people in Mai Châu were really normal, but when I searched the internet and when I dived more into searching and thinking, I realized that a lot of foreigners, they also really love Mai Châu, and they also really love the Thai people and the cultures here. So I've learned a lot, not only from the internet and not only from our experience, but also from the motivational videos. We see that the foreigners, they speak about what they think about Mai Châu. So we have learned a lot of new things through our experience and also through foreigners, not only Vietnamese people, but also people from all around the world.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Team Lotus. Well done once again. Now, ladies and gents, that concludes round one of our morning session. We'll give the judges a moment to mark their scorecards. Judges have done so. If so, just give us a thumbs up. Alright. And now we would like to invite our panel of judges. We would like to invite all guests, spectators, and audience members for a quick 10-minute break before we begin our second session. Alright? Quick 10-minute break. The washrooms are towards the right of the hall. There is a convenience store right behind here as well. We will see you again in 10 minutes. Thank you.